नहमदुहु व नुसल्ली अला रसूलिहिल करीम अम्मा बाद फ़अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम वक़ाल अन्नबिय्यु सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि व आलिहि वसल्लम खैरुकुम मन तअल्लमल क़ुरआन व अल्लमा. My respected viewers, the Holy Prophet Hazrat Muhammad, peace be upon him, says that in all of you the best person is that which learn the Holy Quran by self and then teach it to others. Here the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, described the Holy Quran. There are the most books in the world which is written by the different people. But the Prophet Muhammad described the Holy Quran because this book is full of wisdom and philosophy. And this book keeps all the rules which is necessary to spend a best life. Then we should to follow these rules which are present in this book. And this book is necessary for learning because without the teachings of this book, the life in the world is meaningless. In this regard, our head teacher, Mr. Qari Habib Rahman Qureshi Sahab, started a channel on YouTube by the name of Tasheelul Quran Qari Habib Rahman Qureshi. He teaches the Holy Quran and its grammars to all the world on the purpose that people learn Holy Quran and also learn that what is present in this book, what is his wisdom, what is his philosophy. Before today, we people were teaching in Urdu, but nowadays the English has been made an international language of the world, and the most people want to learn Arabic grammars, but they cannot learn Arabic grammar due to Urdu language. Today we people start Arabic grammars of the Holy Quran and other Arabic language in English for those who wants to learn these grammars. First topic in Arabic grammar or Quranic grammars is the Harkat and I'rab. First topic is Harkat. Harkat is our voice through which we people speak or read the Holy Quran. Every language in the world keeps alphabet for speaking, learning and reading him. For example, English language have the alphabets A, B, C up to Z. Similarly, Arabic language keeps these alphabets. But in Arabic language, there is the equal rule of harkat with alphabets. It means that Arabic language cannot be read through only alphabets. The harakat is also necessary for reading Arabic language with alphabets. Harakat is our voices through which we people read and speak the Arabic language. And without harakat or harakat, we cannot read or speak Arabic language. Harakat is zabar, Zir, Pesh, Kada Zabar, Kadi Zir, Ulta Pesh, Shad, etc. These are known as harkat, and these gives or provides the voices through which Arabic language can be read. We people says that Arabic language cannot be read without harakat. Now I proving that how it cannot be read without harakat, or I prove that we people read Arabic language or Arabic words through harakat. For example, we have a word. It is an Arabic word. When I ask from viewers, then anyone can give a specific shape to it. Anyone says that it is karuma. Someone says that it is karama. Anyone says that it is karima. It means that anyone can give any shape or any sound to it, and this is the reason that there is no harkat on it. When I place harkat on it and will give a fixed meaning, for example, I place harkat here, zabar, page zabar, then now it became karuma. And first it will have any shape, karuma, karama, karima, kuruma, anyone can be said because there was no harakat on it. Then it is the role of harakat that which I said you at first. Then harakat have equal role in Arabic language as the role of alphabet. Now we people came toward Arab. It is our second lesson, Arab. The harakat zabar zir pesh, which is present on the last letter of any Arabic word, is known as Arab. For example, we have a word Hamidun. It is an Arabic word and it is dal, and this is the harakat of the last letter of this word. Then this harakat is known as Arab. The harakat of the last letter of any Arabic word is known as Arab. Through Arab, we people knowing Arabic words. When someone asks that how we people know Arabic words, then we have the answer that we know Arabic words through Arab. And through harakat, we people speaking or reading the Arabic words. Now, furtherly, Arab has three conditions. The first condition is subjective. Arab has furtherly three cases. The first one case is subjective case. The person which performed any action is known as subject. It will be known in Arabic language through two pesh or one pesh. A word or a noun which have two pesh or one pesh and on its last letter, then it will be said that it is in subjective case. For example, we have a word salihun. Here this is the last letter of this word ha, and it has two pesh. And it means that it is the harakat of two pesh, and we said that the subject will be known through two pesh or one pesh. This word has two pesh on its end, then we can say that it is in subjective case. And as well as if any word has one pesh on its end, then it can be said that it is in subjective case. For example, salihu. It is also in subjective case because we discussed here one pesh also. The other case is objective case. It is the second case of the Arab objective case. Object known as the action occurred on something is known as object. It will be known in Arabic language by two zabar or one zabar. If a word has Arab of two zabar or one zabar, then it will be called that it is in objective case. Objective case, the second case of the Arab. A word which is Arab of two zabar or one zabar is known as objective case. For example, we have a word wadiqan. This is the word and this is its Arab. We people said that if a word has Arab of two zabar, then one alif will be added to him. We people said that a word which has Arab of two zabar or one zabar will be in objective case. This word has Arab of two zabar, then we people can call that it is in objective case. And other is one zabar. I know example of one zabar to use. Ibrahima. We have a word Ibrahima and its Arab is one zabar, then it is in objective case because we was said here. The third case of Arab is genitive case. Genitive case is such case of Arab which shows the relation between these two cases. It means that it will be show relation between these two cases and it will be known through two zero or one zero. For example, sadiqin. We have the word sadiqin and its Arab is two zero and is its Arab and it is in genitive case because we said that a word which is Arab of two zero or one zero will be in genitive case. Now I giving the example of these all cases in a form of a sentence. For example, we have a sentence Hamid ne Mahmood ko mara. Now it is in Arabic language can be say as Zoraba Hamidun Mahmudan. In English, we people said that the subjective case will be known by two pesh. Objective case will be no by two zabar or one zabar, and genitive case will be no by two zir or one zir. In this sentence, I knowing these cases to you. First one is his Arab, the Hamidun. We have a word in this sentence, Hamidun. Hamidun have Arab of two pesh, and we was said that a word which have Arab of two pesh has known as in subjective case. Now Hamidun is in subjective case. The other word we have is Mahmudan. Mahmudan have Arab of two zabar, and we was said that a word which is Arab of two zabar is known as it is in objective case. Now the sentence is in English will be right as that Hamid killed Mahmood. Now Hamid is subject in subjective case. Someone perform an action, and this word the action is killing, and the killing action is performed by Hamid. Now Hamid is in subject in this sentence. Killing is the verb which we have not discussed here. And Mahmud, the action of killing is occurred on Mahmud. Then we can say that Mahmud is object in this sentence. It is our topic of today, and next topic will be uploaded yesterday, inshallah.